All right, this the news, this the news, this the news. Good to see you all today. Hope you all having a great day. Covering the news stories that's going on across the nation, across the world. And this is breaking news. The Supreme Court rules against a Rastafarian. And violated his religious rights by cutting his dreadlocks. Supreme Court rules against Rastafarian, who sued prison officials for cutting his dreadlocks. The Supreme Court on Tuesday ruled that a devout Rastafarian who attempted to sue prison officials for holding him down and cutting his dreadlocks could not proceed with his case, a decision that will make it harder for believers of other faiths to enforce federal religious protections in prison. The opinion, written by Justice Neil Gorsuch for a 6-3 court, marked a rare instance in which the conservative majority sided against a religious claim and underscored its hesitancy to let Americans sue to enforce their rights without explicit authority from Congress. Mr. Landor would have us hold for the first time that so long as a penny of federal spending makes its way to an individual, however indirectly, Congress can regulate his conduct directly based on the fiction that he has consented to regulation, Gorsh wrote. None of that is consistent with our presidents. The court ruled that the man at the center of the case, Damon Landor, could not sue state officials over his treatment because local officials were not aware of the details of the federal law that protects religion. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, writing for the court's three liberals, criticized the majority for what she saw as a decision to weaken the federal law under which Landor was attempting to sue. The court's move, Jackson wrote, will make it much more difficult for prisoners to drag officials to court over allegations that their rights have been impunged. Prisoners like Landor, who suffer violations of their religious freedom in state prisons, no matter how blatant, will often be left remediless. Jackson wrote, an encroachment on prisoners' statutory rights are likely to happen with fair frequency, as state empowered prison officials will have little incentive to abide by federal law, even if it is handed to them on a piece of paper. Jackson asserted that the court's rationale effectively reduced some of Congress' greatest legislative achievements, federal laws that secure civil rights, environmental stability, health care, and more, to nothing more than the wheelings and dealings of an especially wealthy private party. And that's the news.